This is the Night Wolf, howling at you. And today we're going to look at something a little bit interesting in that we have the missing link version of Arcee. Now, what makes this interesting is this is the first of our missing link figures based on a Transformer that hadn't actually been released. Instead, this one is based on a prototype, and I believe that prototype was actually made out of wood originally. So this is kind of cool and kind of interesting. So if we look on the front of the box, we have artwork based on her toy appearance. And I believe also that this appearance is based on preliminary drawings of the character and not the final drawings that were used in the show, or the movie, I should say in this case. So on the top, we get the basic transformation instructions. On the side, we get just some side view of her in her car. The other side is a different side view and her car. And on the back, we get tech spec information here. I, of course, thrown the tech spec information into Translate, and I will pop those up on the screen now. C08, Cybertron, Arcee, Roll, Female Warrior, Change, Supercar. Ability, can shred enemy hydraulic hoses without being noticed. Character, she is a kind and gentle to her allies, but a ruthless and fearsome warrior to her enemies. The Decepticons underestimate her because of her appearance, but Arcee takes advantage of this attitude. Weapon, small laser gun. And we're not actually going to try to read off of what the stats are because I didn't think to put the little red thing over it ahead of time. Well, let's go ahead and open this sucker up, shall we? We got a little robot point. Damn, that is some thick plastic right there. Okay, we got a hole in the back to push her out with. Just like giving birth. I'm wondering. I mean, technically that looks like it could go there, but it's too big. Huh. I'm not sure. Oh, well. We can put the gun up here on the side right there. We got a sticker sheet that goes with her. I probably won't be using those. Wait a minute. Okay. So here is like the little informational thing that comes with her. Not the transformation guide, but it shows both the prototype coloring, which honestly, the coloring on that was probably meant more for determining different colors of plastic that would be used, or different types of plastic. And then, of course, Arcee herself, just regular. And then on the back, we get to see a handful of the different Transformers that they've done thus far. We've got a little card. And on the back is, of course, the same information that's on the tech spec, minus the stats. So we will set this stuff aside for the moment, and we'll take a look at Arcee. She actually rolls pretty good. I appreciate that. The vehicle mode does appear to be very clean. It's not as obvious that she's a Transformer as some of the other ones. Or I should say, you don't see her robot mode underneath her vehicle mode like you do on most of the other versions. She does have a heat symbol. I don't know how well that's going to come in. I can feel various metal parts here. For example, these what the hell are these being called? The fenders on this case? These are metal for sure. I think her feet are also metal. Those might be the only metal joints on her. But yeah. She's actually pretty good at rolling. The vehicle mode looks pretty good. I'm not going to argue that one. I mean, the robot mode, we know what it's going to look like, so, but, you know, for something that's Generation 1 and their first attempt at making a female Transformer, I guess this version wasn't too bad. But let's go ahead and try transforming her, and I don't have, I wasn't going to look at the instructions, as per usual. But since she's based on Generation 1, she shouldn't be that hard to transform. It shall be pretty obvious. Because we got there for the That'll lift up and it'll eventually fold over. Somehow. These are the legs here, so. Wow. Oh, okay. So let's just get the hands out of there, swing these forward to get that out of the way. Then we can go ahead and pull the legs down. And yeah, the feet are metal. I don't feel any more metal up here. She's got them thick thighs. They gave her heel spurs here, which are very, very tiny. Can I just say, as a complaint as far as the feet go, they remind me of when you see the results of ancient Chinese foot binding. That's not an attractive thing to have done. All right, so we got this whole section here that I'll have to flip somehow. What is that, vehicle mode? And then this is robot mode, I think. Looks like the back end also flips up out of the way. Then the top will have to flip forward. Ah, the windscreen pushes down. Oh, the windscreen pushes way down. So that helps us get a little cleaner back there. And then we can slide the legs down a little bit more so they're not quite as awkward looking. The arms go back like this. The head's forward. And this would appear to complete her robot mode. I love those feet. And then we can go ahead and put her gun in her hand again. So that's our Arcee robot mode. Let's do it. I'm going to do a quick look at the directions just to see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. And it looks like almost everything was done in the right order. We do have spots listed here, though, where we can put our stickers. But again, I hate stickers. I have not put any stickers on any of these guys yet. Although a couple of the stickers are designed to hide the screws on the front here. So like if you look at the sticker sheet, these ones here would go where those screws are at. This is supposed to go like down here on her waist somewhere. These go on her up here, which I don't like that. These go on her feet. I don't know. I just look at these things and I just don't like putting stickers on. But as this is a missing link, that means we have articulation to talk about. The head spins all around. It's a very tight fit. And she can nod up and down. That is spin at the neck and a hinge at the head. So it's not like a ball joint like a lot of times we get. The arms spin around on the pauldrons. However, they do get caught on the back of the vehicle mode. So she can't really do a full 360. And then when it comes to the arm going outward, it's actually on the side here, which is kind of weird looking. She does have a bicep cut, though, and a single joint at the elbow. The hands don't move or do anything else. Which is kind of a shame because now you can't turn the hand so that our gun looks like it's in the right position. See, this is not something to be happy about, in my opinion. Because sure, okay, so she can hold her gun straight out like that, or if you want it angled, it's going to be angled like this. So what is she, like gangbanger here with the gun held sideways? Not my favorite. There is no waist swivel. She can kick up about that far. She can kick back this far before she gets stuck on her butt. Although if we pull her out, we can get her out that far. She can hinge all the way out, allowing her to do these splits. And I guess technically if we do it all the way out that way too, she can do the splits that way as well. So again, that being said, I don't think she's as well articulated as the other Missing Link figures have been so far. So also, we do have a single joint in the knee. It bends that far back. And then it bends that far forward in kind of a creepy ass manner. The foot is on a hinge. It's also on a rocker. There's no spin down here though. Just hinge and a rocker. That just looks all sorts of wrong though. It bothers me. Ah, man. I mean, that is just so weird. Trying to pose her with those legs is kind of a pain in the butt, actually. So I think I mentioned a little while ago in another video I made that I seem to have had this habit of now ordering stuff without realizing I've ordered it. And this Arcee is one of those figures that kind of falls in that category. Because I had intended on waiting to see if she went on clearance before I bought her. And then I got shipping notification from Hasbro that she was shipping. And I was just kind of like, what? So I don't know what happened there, but apparently I ordered her and hadn't remembered doing it. I don't know if I'm doing this stuff in my sleep or something all of a sudden. But I will say this. I think if this had come out back during the original Generation 1 run of figures, I don't think too many people would have complained about it, to be honest with you. Except for those feet. And maybe that's because I'm an adult now and I've seen the pictures of foot binding, that those feet bother me as much as they do. But maybe as a kid, I probably wouldn't have. But as far as the Missing Link thing goes with this, she's kind of a failure because she barely has more articulation, in my opinion, than what she probably would have had in the 80s. Like, fine, her arms wouldn't have been able to pop out like they do, and there would have probably not have been an elbow on her arms. She would just have the straight arms thing. And her knees may or may not have been able to bend. And obviously we wouldn't have feet rockers or anything on those feet back then either. But overall, she really does not seem to have that much more articulation than she would have had. And that's kind of disappointing in this case. Yeah, I get it that they're basing her off of a prototype that was never produced. But to me, that seems like it should open them up to being able to maybe make some more modifications to it. You know what I mean? Overall, though, do I think it was worth buying? Probably not for the price that we got it for, which I think was just under $100. And like I said, I was originally planning on waiting until she went on clearance, so I don't know what the hell happened that I ordered her ahead of time, but I did. And I am honestly disappointed in this figure, mostly on the articulation. Like I said, if this figure had come out in the 80s, I think it would have been really cool. It would have been as articulated, obviously, but again, there's not as much there as there could be. I think if I'd gotten her closer to like $60, I would have been fine with this purchase. And I might consider getting a second one of her if she goes on clearance for like under 60, because I do tend to buy 2 each of the Arcee and the Hot Rod related figures so I can display both versions, robot and vehicle mode, whenever possible. So yes, in case you're wondering, I did in fact get 4 of the Transformers Evolution Rodimus Prime so I could display him in both vehicle modes and both robot modes. That's how freaking crazy I am with this stuff sometimes. But yeah, maybe if they get her on clearance, I'll pick up a second one. Otherwise, I think I'll probably be displaying this toy in vehicle mode because I think that is the better looking of the 2 modes. But now that I've had my little bit of ranting here, what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look at the Missing Link Arcee, please smash that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.